Hello, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for hanging out with me today here as we're going to have some fun crafting with some brand new projects or products from Stampin' Up. I can't wait. This September to December mini catalog comes out on September the 4th, and it is full of amazing holiday projects. So I don't know if you're like an early crafter and you like to get your projects done early for Christmas or holidays, or if you like stretch it out for the whole season. I tend to go right up into December. So um, this is like a little early, but it's fun to have sneak peeks of new products, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. So my name is Lori DeGroot, and I'm from Loritamarie Crafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Calgary, Alberta. And I come here live so that I can share fun tips, techniques, ideas, inspiration with you so you can take your paper crafting products and turn them into beautiful projects. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you're taking the time to watch the replay, I always appreciate that. So you can definitely leave a comment or like this video or subscribe and check my videos out every week. I also love to provide classes and opportunities for you guys to get creative and crafty. And I have an online one every month where you can either purchase the tutorial and make it on your own, or you can, if you live in Canada, you can purchase the whole kit. And I put together, like I cut all the cardstock and I prep everything for you. So August is fall themed, even though fall hasn't quite arrived yet. We're still having lovely summer weather here. But let me give you a sneak peek of the projects. And so there's a cute little treat box that opens up all fun. We've got like a little fun fold card, and this all features the Changing Leaves bundle. That's an online exclusive. And this is a fun little pocket card. So leaning all into the leaves kind of look, using the Country Woods DSP and some really pretty fall colors. So I think you're really going to love this class. So you can check out my website, Loritamarie Crafts, and you can check shop classes, and you'll see all the details there on my blog. Or you can reach out to me, and I'd love to give you the information. But today is the very last day to register. So you don't want to miss out on this one. It is so pretty, and it's going to prep you right for fall. Because I don't know about you, but like September is going to come, and it's going to get crazy. And then in Canada, all of a sudden, it's Thanksgiving before you can even blink. So we get our fall projects done ahead of time, and we are ready for Thanksgiving. Isn't that a great idea? All right, so today we're going to make 3 cute little projects with some fabulous new designer series paper that's coming out in the new mini, and featuring a bundle that's available now as an online exclusive. So lots of great stuff. So let's go down to the desk here. Let's do the desk shot. Look at this paper. So hopefully you can see that okay. I was feeling like my camera on my phone was a little grainy today. But this is called the Sentimental Christmas Designer Series paper. And it'll be in our lovely, amazing new mini catalog, which I can't show you the inside yet, but here's the outside. If you do not have one and you live in Canada and would love me to mail you one, you can just fill out a form on my website or contact me if that's easier. You can just email me or whatever, and I would love to pop one in the mail for you. Something about the physical one and looking through all the ideas and seeing stuff is just really awesome. So like I said, it starts September 4th, which is just around the corner. And this is like a vintage inspired designer series paper. So let me know if you love a vintage look or a more classic, or what your favorite kind of Christmas paper is. But I'm going to take you through all the patterns here. So we've got this cute trees. We've got these adorable little reindeer. It's just so sweet. This actually might be one of my favorites, with like the ribbon and holly. And it's actually got like basic beige in the background, not white. Although some of them have white, I guess. But the beige just kind of gives it more of that vintage feel as well. So those candles, little berries again, and ribbons. And the stockings, so cute, right? And then, of course, you've got the background. Now, look at this. Some of them are like a scrapbook page. So you could use this for scrapbooking. Look how easy that is. Or you can cut it up into like card fronts if you've got like a little design already. Then you've got these cute stripes. So fun. If you're have bought from me before and you're on my mailing list for catalogs, I've been making little cards to pop in the mail. And I've been using this paper, and it's so much fun. Look at this one, full scrapbooking page ready to go. Or you can cut it up for cards as well, of course, always. Lots of options. The trees. snowflakes. This is pecan pie. And then some more cute stripes. So the colors, you've got garden green and old olive and shaded spruce and pretty peacock. So those are kind of the tones there. So you can lean into whichever one looks the best with the particular pattern. And then it's cherry cobbler with poppy parade as well. So a little hint of bright. Then you've got like crushed curry and pecan pie and some coordinating colors as well. So that's the paper we're going to use today. And then I've decided to use a bundle that's online because you want to look at something you can get right now, right? So this is in the online store under online exclusives, and I'm just going to lay out all these pieces here. This is called the Greetings of the Season bundle. And so don't forget your online exclusives because they really fill out our catalog offerings and give you even more options, especially for the holidays, right? So I love this one because it's my favorite things. A label set and a greeting set and a sentiment set. So these are like my favorite things. So this one, you've got this fun scripty font that you can combine with your base words, and you can mix and match. And then you've got a couple big ones that will look great on the inside of your cards, and you've got things for tags as well. So it's really going to see you through all your Christmas crafting. Plus, we've got these amazing dies, right? So they're all stitched or embossed detail. They're all tags. They all come with a little hole. And I'm going to show you how you can cover them up if you want to use them on a card without it being a tag. But let's show you how they look cut out because sometimes they look a little different when you've cut them out. So we've got this nice large one here. So that's this. We've got a couple like skinny ones that would look good kind of if you start layering them up like this or just want something small. So those are those long ones. You've got a few kind of smaller shapes here. What was that, a little low? So we've got, the camera seems dark today, so hopefully you guys can see the colors okay there. So those are the three smaller ones. And then these last three here are going to be super versatile, right? So those are some great shapes. And you can see they've got the stitch detail on them. So these are going to be perfect for all your card making, gift giving, all the things. So today that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a little treat box, a coordinating tag, and a card. So you can see how to use this bundle plus the paper in lots of fun ways. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. So first thing to do is just to choose kind of what you want your base to be. And so I'm going to use shaded spruce. I love this green for Christmas. It's just so fun and bright. But you could lean into a different color depending on the DSP that you choose. So we're going to grab a sheet and we are going to cut this to 3.5 by 11. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece of 3.5. And I'm going to save this for our card. And then I want to score it along the long side here at, let's pull out my extension here. We got this. Here we go. So we're going to do this at 1 inch. So just on my paper trimmer, I'm going to use my scoring blade. So we've got 1 inch. Then I'm going to go up to 5 and then 7. So this is going to be the base of our little treat bag. And now we're going to, while we have our paper trimmer out, we're going to cut our DSP. So let's show you kind of essentially what it's going to look like here. So it's got a base, folds up, and then it's going to kind of like fold over like this. And then you're going to put your treat on the inside. So we want to put our DSP on that because of course we're going to decorate this. So I've chosen the super cute reindeer paper because it's kind of irresistible. Look how fun that is. So I just want to cut it 1/8 of an inch smaller than what we've got. So I'm going to go, and it's going to be 3 3/8 because this was 3.5 inches wide. So 3 3/8. So I'm going to cut that first. And then I need a piece, I need 2 pieces that are 3 7/8. So we need 2 of those. And then for the flap, I just need one that's 7/8. So I'm actually going to go the other way. It's easier when you're doing smaller dimensions to go off to this other end here, to the right side. And that's going to be our little trim piece. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And then, so this is going to be the front. So make sure you got, you love whatever pattern you put on the front. And I'm just going to use my seal here to put this on. Okay, so it's just got an 1/8 of an inch border. So that just means it's pretty small border. So just get that centered. Okay, and then we've got the flap. So just make sure you're kind of always going the right direction when you're putting your DSP on. And I always like double check, triple check. That's normal. Even when you're like me and you craft quite a bit, I'm always, okay, did I put that on the right way? Okay, and then this one's going to be my back. So again, I'm going to make sure that I've got that facing the right way. Okay. So let's get that on. All right, now you could leave it like this, but wouldn't it be fun if there was a window there? Yes, it would. So I am going to grab one of these dies from the Greetings of the Season. So this is the one that I chose, or any die shape would do. And we're going to go ahead and cut this out. And I wanted the paper on it, so that's why I'm going to cut through both at the same time. So I'm going to pull out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And all these dies would fit in the mini if you just have the mini. So that's kind of a great option. And we're going to line this up. And here's a tip, because this is hanging, oh, you can't see it all the way down. Let me just turn this. Because it's hanging off here, I don't want to run this all the way through my machine, because it's going to actually put a little dent here where the edge of the plates are. And so I am just going to run this through as far as I need to and then bring it back. So that's just a little tip there. When your paper is longer than the platform. Okay, so I've got platform 1, 2, 3, my paper, and then another 3 on top. We're going to run that through just as far as I need to. And then I'm just going to bring it right back. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. Okay, so you can see how cute that is, like a ready-made tag, and so we're totally going to save this. So we'll just put that aside for now, and then we'll continue on with our little treat box. And I feel like that's a little crooked, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. Okay, I should have used a Post-it note or some washi tape or something to keep that nice and straight when I ran it through my platform. So that's a good tip if you want to make sure it's nice and straight and exactly where you want it to be. Okay, so you could leave this blank, but it looks kind of funny. So I'm going to take a window sheet. So our window sheets come in 2 sheets of 12 by 12. And so I'm going to just trim this down a bit. This is a little big. And so I forgot to write down how big I wanted it, but it's 3.5 inches wide. So if I go like 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, let's check that out. And then it's always hard to pick up. We got this. Okay, so that fits good. And okay, and then I'm going to put adhesive along, and I'm just going to use my seal. And go along here. And then just make sure your window sheet covers all your adhesive. And then you've got that fun look for the bag. And I noticed the other day I got stuff on mine when I was making it, and I just had like a cloth, like you use these to clean like your phone camera or something. And you can just use that and get like your little marks and fingerprints off after you're finished crafting, and then it's going to look good as new. And then we want to hole punch this, and we're going to make a little tag that goes with it. So I'm like having a hole punch crisis. I lost my good one. I had this one, which I like, but then I just broke the end off of it while I was using it. And this is a fatter hole than I would like. So yes, I need to just go on Amazon and get myself a hole punch, I think. Because this isn't long either. Do you remember the Stampin' Up one and it would go all the way in? So I've got to kind of fudge it. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to hold it all together. And I feel like I measured out my sample, but so you can kind of center it. I'm going to do 2 holes and kind of center it in there. I'm just going to try to make a dent. I'm going to have to use my lap here. Okay, so then I'm going to line that up again and just go over a little bit. You know, when you do it on camera, it's never as good as when you do it the first time. So I'm just going to make, okay, just kind of push down. And now, hopefully my little divots have made little marks. And now I can go through and punch. And hopefully my holes are all where I want them to be. Or if you've got a super, see this one, how did I do this one? I must have went through both of them. Okay, I punched that one first, and then I punched these ones. That's what I did. So I just got this shorty hole punch. And so you can do the same thing too, like so. And then hopefully I'll get that kind of where I want it. Gotta use my lap again. Okay, we can work a hole punch. There we go. So I do want my holes to line up because I'm going to tie this all up together. So we're going to use some new ribbon, which is amazing. Okay, this is Shaded Spruce 1/2 inch satin and sheer ribbon, it's called. So it is part of this suite because it goes amazing with it, right? And we're going to cut about, I think about 20 inches should be lots. Let's grab some scissors. I made a mess of my holes. You're going to do a much better job when you put your holes on. Mine are crooked. How did I get them so crooked? I don't know. I don't know. I felt like I was doing such a good job, but now that I'm looking at it, it's like totally crooked. Okay, so you want to go through the back and put through your ribbon. And sometimes I use my take your pick tool just to help poke it through if you can't quite grab it. And then we'll just do that and just tie a knot. Then we're gonna make a little tag that we're gonna attach before we tie a bow. But it's already looking cute, right? So let's make a quick and easy little tag. We don't, you know, Christmas, you want it to look cute, but it doesn't have to be fussy. Don't think it has to be the most elaborate project you've ever seen. It's just the intention that you made something handmade and you put it together yourself. And sometimes that's really all you need. So I'm going to use this cute little die, and I've cut this out with my Stampin' Up emboss machine in just basic white. And then we're going to grab our stamp set here, and I'm going to use the one that says for you. The other little ones that fit Love and Joy would fit in there. So we're just going to grab that, and I'm going to stamp in Shaded Spruce. Okay. I find the perk of these scripty fonts too is that there's a lot of leeway for it being straight. So it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And then my new favorite thing right now to add a little dimension to something plain like this, it's kind of like, remember how we used to sponge everything? This is my new sponging thing. So I just grab a mini blending brush. I'm gonna rub it off so it's not too dark. And then just over the words, I'm just going to lightly add a little color, or maybe I'll do the whole thing. So this is my new favorite thing, and it just adds that little bit of extra So cute. You just need to get a little set of brushes. There's 2 sizes. It comes in packs of 3. I usually just keep 1 for greens, 1 for blues. You don't need 1 for every color or anything like that. And then we're just going to attach this. So I'm going to use another new product, which if you know me at all, you're not surprised. It is the baker's twine. It is real red and white baker's twine. And this is like my favorite crafting product in the universe. I don't know why. I have so much twine. I can't resist. I love it. I love it. This 2-tone stuff is my favorite. So this goes with one of the other sweets in the catalog, but it's so cute. And so I probably should have tied this in first. So however you want to tie this in, I think I'm just going to go tuck it up in there because my fingers aren't working today. All right. It's that end of summer vibes, right? Where you're trying to get ready for fall, but your mind's still on like summer mode. It is exactly 1 week today that my kids start school. So next week when I'm doing my live, my kids will be at school. Although my daughter only has like a half day, so she's probably going to be home by then. But we'll just be starting to get into the thick of it. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this baker's twine on, and then I'll show you flat kind of what it all looks like, and it's twisting on me. Okay, and then we're going to tie our bow with our ribbon. Okay, and then we're going to make 2 more projects, so don't go anywhere. And they're going to be simple and easy to recreate. So here, and I'm going to show you how to put your treat in here too, of course. Okay. So my perfectionist is trying to fix the bow, but it just is what it is. So there's our cute little treat bag. And so whatever you want to put inside. So Stampin' Up doesn't have any like little bags at the moment. So what I did is I actually had, I went to the dollar store and I got these little Ziploc bags, but I was like, I don't want the Ziploc on it. So I actually just cut off the Ziploc top. So you could even use like your trimmer or a nice big pair of nice sharp scissors, go across, cut off that Ziploc top. And then I use that same twine. So picture, I don't have any yet, right? Like what if this is full of like Christmas candies or chocolates, or it's a little bit bigger, and then you could put like a homemade cookie or something. And then you could put a little tear and tape or something in the bottom to hold it in place before you fold it all up, or you can just tuck it in and like tape it in a little bit, but it's going to sit. And then you're going to see it through your little window, whatever your goodies are on the inside. And then you got your little treat box. It's fun. Thanks, Meg. Okay, so now we're going to make the little tag, because that's kind of the perk of this bag is that you cut out this piece and it was like already a tag, right? And it's got double-sided even. You've got the nice green on the one side, the DSP on the other. It looks so great. You might need to put a little more adhesive in the middle, maybe if it tuck a little glue in there if it's coming apart. And then I just want to keep this easy again. So we're just going to cut the same ribbon. Okay, so this lovely shaded spruce, and you can either put both ends from back to front and tie a loop where you like feed it through, or I find this ribbon kind of shreds a bit easy, and this was kind of a small hole. So I think what I'm going to do this time is you just like about 7 or 8 inches, fold it in half, then grab some of that amazing twine, because you're going to have a roll of it, right? Put it on your wish list. And you're going to put it in all your gift tags. And then I'll just tie a bow, and then that's going to keep it together. I probably want to knot. Otherwise it's going to be too loose. And then whatever sentiment that you want, right? So we've got that whole stamp set that has amazing sentiments, anything you want. And so I just went ahead and I actually wanted to heat emboss mine. So I went ahead and did it already. And so it's the most wonderful time of year. This is always one of my favorite sentiments in a Christmas stamp set. I love it. I always use it on everything. So this time is no exception. So I heat embossed it in white on cherry cobbler, and then I fussy cut it out. And I like to fussy cut because then it like doesn't, you don't have this big blocky thing that covers all your DSP. So you could use a smaller sentiment and come across the middle or whatever you want to do. But just put a few dimensionals on the back. And that's it. So like you did all the hard work by cutting it out with your bag. And then there's a to and from in this stamp set as well. So in black, I could stamp the to and from and write on the back, and then you already have a tag. Perfect. Now, last thing we need for this little set, of course, is a handmade card, right? And I'm going to keep this one simple. I feel like this is one that you could make multiples of, which is definitely something that we got to keep in mind for the holidays. And I tend, when I'm making my Christmas cards, to choose like 3 or 4 designs so I don't get bored of making the same thing. So I might make 6 of one card, 6 of a different one. So this would be a good one to make because it's not too hard. So I've got that shaded spruce. This is the same piece I used earlier. So to get another card out of it, I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, and then we'll score it in half at 5 1/2. So it just makes kind of like that tall looking card, so it opens up like that. And then I have got a piece of basic white, and this is just 4 by 5 1/4, so just easy. I'll show you how to layer up in a second. And then I chose this pretty pattern with the trees, and so this is just 1/4 of an inch smaller, so it's 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to cut it. So this is like a real basic layout for a card. Something easy to recreate and something that you could use this layout with all of the patterns of paper, right? So picture now you've got maybe a pretty peacock base, and then you use this paper, or you've got the cherry cobbler base and use the cute ones with the stockings, right? So you can use this layout, or you could turn it over and look at that cute one. Lots of options. It's going to look good with whichever pattern that you choose. And what's your favorite? That's why I always love in-person classes, because I'll design a card a certain way with a certain pattern, and inevitably everyone turns it over and uses the other side. It looks so good, but it's just not the one I was initially drawn to. But then I see it on someone else's card and I'm like, that looks amazing. So all the patterns always look great. So just use my seal to put those 2 pieces together, and then we're going to center this on here. So then to add some simple detail, I have got one of the die cut pieces from our Greetings of the Season. So this is a long kind of, let's grab that, banner shaped one here, but I don't really want the tag piece. So I'm just going to snip it off, and you can use your paper trimmer if you want to make sure that's nice and straight. And then what I want it to do is line up on one side and then kind of stick out on the other. So you just want to make sure you cut it off enough to do that. And I'm going to just put dimensionals on the back. Okay. So we'll just line that up with the DSP, try to keep it straight, and then the tails will stick out. We're going to use some more of that amazing ribbon. So about 7 inches. And then I'm going to grab some tear and tape, I think, and just run a piece down the middle here. Peel off the backing. And then I just kind of want to fold it in half. And then you can kind of pull it out so you can still see the cardstock. And then we're going to do our sentiment. So I'm going to use the same shape. I have cut it out in basic white. And now we're going to stamp on it. And then I'll show you how we're going to hide up that little tag there. Or like hole, I mean. I got this. Okay, so I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. And just grab all my blocks here. We're going to keep stamping in Shaded Spruce. And I'm trying, sometimes with this, because I might do the Christmas first. And so center and a little low and center so that I can get the Merry in there as well. And you can play, I already played with this a little bit when I was making it, so seeing how I liked it laid out. So just play on some scrap paper first and see how you like to layer them up. I've got the tail of the M kind of in the C. I think that's how I want it. I'll show you in a minute. Try to center that. That'll look pretty good together. There's also, you can combine the block print with, right? So you could do the Merry like this and then the script of the Christmas. And then why not do the same thing we did on the tag where we grab a little of that shaded spruce ink. Just make sure you really rub it off ahead of time, especially like a dark color like shaded spruce. And I'm just going to go over the Merry Christmas. There we go. And before we put it on, we're going to grab our favorite twine. About like 8 to 10 inches is usually good, or 12 inches for a bow. And we're going to tie it through our little hole. Just get it even. Then we'll tie a knot and a bow, and then that's a good way to cover up that hole in the tag. Another thing to do is you could put an embellishment over top, like a die cut. Like if you cut out a little Christmas tree, so you've got another set that has a tree in it, you could layer that up, and that would be a good way to hide the holes in these tags if you're going to use them as labels on your cards. But that looks really cute, right? So I'll just put a couple dimensionals down right over top of my ribbon here. And then we'll pull those off. And then just kind of center that so you can kind of see everything poking out. And then you could even tuck a little glue dot. Sometimes I put a little glue dot behind the knot of my bow just so it's not going to move around or get loose on me. And that's that one. Oh, but we need gems. Always got to have gems, right? I chose these ones. I didn't get all the gems yet, so you know there's a lot. You know you're gonna love all of them, right? So there's lots of pretty ones. Actually, the ones that go with this paper I don't have yet, but they're really pretty as well. These are called the gold textured adhesive back dots, and so I think the gold kind of brings out the old olive in the trees, and so I thought that looked good, and so I'm just gonna like 1, 2, 3. Or you could use red to bring out the red from your ribbon. But there is our quick and easy card to go with our other stuff. So there's the card, our cute little tag, and of course our little treat bag. Just all easy, all goes together. And yeah, you can have fun tweaking it with all your favorite patterns. Let's just come back up here. So I hope you loved those projects today. Gives you some ideas, maybe gives you some hints of what might be your favorite products in the new catalog. I'm definitely going to be spending time showing lots of fun new things over the next few weeks. September 4th is when the catalog goes live. So if you don't have a catalog, make sure if you live in Canada that you get me to send you one. Or if you live somewhere else, find a demonstrator who can send you one. You're going to want the paper version to flip through. There's just something about it. I've got my August class that closes today, so if you want to make fall projects, don't forget to sign up for my August Stamp and Create class. And then if you're local, I've got my in-person monthly class September 4th, so we can just kick off the catalog right there. It's going to be awesome. And then I'll have a catalog launch party too. Of course we will. So stay tuned for all the fun event details as we kick off the fall and the new catalog. So I'll see you guys next week with some more fun projects. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.